Hello everybody, my name is Scatter. Welcome back to Divine Journey 2. So, even though the undead sapling thing didn't quite work out, I was informed of a way to automatically generate blood, and it's awful and it's slow, but if you set up an arboreal extractor at the base of an undead tree, it will actually generate blood extremely slowly, but it will do it. This is the only way as far as I know until a little bit later to do it. So I just let this run for a little while. A long while, I should make clear, but I have about 400,000 buckets along with, 400 buckets along with what's in here. So that should be enough. I'm at least hoping it's going to be enough to get us to the sort of, I don't want to say intended, because clearly, you know, this is intended as well, but like the better blood generation, this should be enough to get us there. So hopefully we won't have to do any more sort of manual blood collection. So the first thing we're going to want to do with it is stick the empowered glod block in here, and that's going to get us towards the next promise of tenacity tier. Okay, so there's the gold promise acceptor. So that used up 40,000 buckets, 40 buckets, and then there's that quest there, but I'm just going to put it away for now, because one thing we need to get at to actually continue with the evil craft is to make a couple rudimentary snares, because we have to get further into blood magic. So I'll just go ahead and make 8, should be fine. And the sun is just coming up, unfortunately. Let's see if we can find some people. I swear I just saw a skeleton right here, and then it just disappeared when I got over to it. Maybe we'll go to the abyssal craft dimension. There's always some guys there. But basically the idea of these snares is you throw them at a mob, and then you'll get white particles coming off if you're lucky. And then when you have that, you can kill them to get some demonic will. There's going to be easier ways in the future to get the demonic will, but for right now, this is our only choice. So you see, we didn't get it there, and I'm going to go over here because I don't want to deal with that Shogoth. But this should work on any mob, I think, but I would rather just do it on vanilla mobs just in case. That was an... Oh, wow, I missed twice. Okay, don't do that, please. I can't believe I missed with that one. Wow. Okay, so with the last one, we did get our particles, and there's our demonic will. Now, we may need more. I'm not entirely sure if we're going to need to make more snares. We may be okay to get us to some of the better generation methods with just one of the wills. We may need 2, though, because I'm thinking 1 for the gem and 1 for the sentient sword, but I'm not 100% in recollection of the way that this stuff works. Let's get a few glod blocks from that and a couple free snares. So yeah, so this is the first thing we're going to make. Petty Tartaric Gem, I suggest 2 or 3. It holds up to 64 will. This one has 4.26 in it. It automatically absorbs demonic will that you pick up. So this is just going to be a mithril, shadow gem shard, corallium gem, and a dark gem. And it's a minimum of 1 will, but I believe, if I remember correctly, this will just use up the entire will, so we are going to need a little bit more, because the sentient sword is, it's already over here. This is what we really want, right? So we do need another gem and a dreadium sword, which means we need some more refined corallium, which is fine. But yeah, that's what we're going to be working towards, because with the sentient sword, you don't need the snares. It'll just generate will from killing things. So let's go ahead and grab our Hellfire Forge that we made a while ago. Haven't done anything with it yet. Some mithril. Didn't mean to take that much. Some mithril. Shadow shard. Shard. Corallium gem and dark gem. Corallium gem, we have 1. And a dark gem. So the sort of power that this takes is just the will, so we can go ahead and put it over here with the other blood magic stuff. So in goes the will, and then your 4 things here. And now it's going to be crafting our first gem. Oh, it doesn't use up the whole will. I don't know why I thought it did. Okay, well, I am going to make another one of these then. Okay, very good. All right, and here's the sword that is going to be used to make the sentient sword. Was it not this? Did I miss a step here? Oh, no, I just have the wrong order. Okay, there we go. And now, sword, gem, sword and gem. Does the gem, maybe it needs more will? Does it need more will? Oh, this is also how you make the Dagger of Sacrifice. It needs minimum 32, drained 4. Okay, so that is going to have to wait until a little bit later. So the petty gems, I forget how much they hold, but it needs to be at least 32 in order to make what we want to make here. So we are going to need a second gem, which I grabbed the ingredients for, which is good. So the thing that the gems do, as long as they're in your inventory when you pick up one of these demonic wills. So I could, if I wanted to, throw this out now, pick it up, and it'll store in one of these, but I'll just leave it. You know what? No, that's stupid. I think, right? Because there's no reason for that. So it just went ahead and went into one of those. And until we get the sentient sword, we are going to have to make a few more snares. So we need enough snares to get up to, should be 32, right? So if I don't miss, hopefully these 2 stacks are going to be enough. And I would rather do that in a dimension that doesn't completely suck. Because I feel like, you know, no Johns or anything, but I feel like I wouldn't have missed those shots if I wasn't, you know, being shot at by like 8,000 different scary things. So I'll just chill at this zombie spawner for a bit and see how much will I can get from this, these few snares that I have. I just got through the last of the snares and I have just about 20 will. I think I got pretty lucky. I mean, there's a huge variance. Like once it took 1 snare for the white particles and, you know, a couple times it took 5. I would say on average it's somewhere between 3 and 4 based on that sample size. But yeah, a little bit unlucky. So I am going to have to go ahead and make some more and just keep going with it that way. So I decided, since I'm so close to getting the will that I need, I was like, I'm just going to make 1 set of snares, 1 pair at a time. And then I was like, no, that would take way too long. But watch this be the one that actually finishes the job. Yep. So I just made these 12 for no reason whatsoever, which is awesome. So that's really, really cool. Of course, if I had decided, no, I'm just going to make 1 at a time, it would have taken me the entire rest of what I had. So I'm not really too concerned. It just works out that way sometimes. Yeah, unfortunately, it is just like a huge RNG mess, this part of the mod, because, like, you know, not only is it RNG whether you get the white particles that can give you the, you know, opportunity for the will in the first place, it's also completely RNG how big the wills are. Some of them are up to, like, you know, over 4. Some of them are like under 1. So it's really not a good time. And it's just the way it is, I guess, but it sucks that it is the way it is. But we're past it now. You know, ultimately it took, what, 10 minutes, if that. But now we can just kill stuff and it'll refill the will. So you can see here it's at 29.69. And now it is at 32.01. So very good. I assume you can put all kinds of enchants on the sentient sword as well, so it doesn't run out. But that should be good for us there. We do get the free gem, which is pretty nice. And another free gem, which is even nicer. Arcane Ashes are just kind of a crafting thing. How much of a pain are these going to be? Fluxed Phytogrow. I didn't think this was in the pack. Did I not look for Phytogrow a while back and I didn't see this? Well, how do you even... Oh. To obtain, charge it in an energetic infuser. Interesting. Okay. Bone meal bag. Looks easy enough to make. Grains of the End. Not easy, but not hard, I guess. And Skystone Dust. I don't know if I have any Skystone, actually. Is that craftable? Or am I just going to have to go get some? I'm sure I have some from our time in Atum. But then I don't know if that's going to be super necessary to move forward anyway. Because the first thing that we want to go for are these reagents, right? So unfortunately, they do have a couple of them anyway. Mostly the air one, it looks like, has kind of an annoying recipe, but ultimately it's fine. And I'm going to want to get all these automated anyway, but these are all made in the Hellfire Forge, and they only take 4 will each. I assume they're all the same, yeah. So it's not going to be too bad. But we need to make our way towards the... Which ones? We need to go a ways, I think. So for this Promise of Tenacity, we need a Holy Core. We need Haste Reagent. Right? And this one's up there. Potion of Haste, you need Haste 4. So I'm going to need to make another alchemical retort, or use the one that we had already had. Very interesting. Cookie jar. I'm going to need to start making cookies, which is not exactly something that I expected. But okay, I guess, well, do we only need one of these? Because if so, maybe it's not going to be so bad. It is a little bit tedious, but we can get through it. So it's definitely going to be helpful going forward to automate the alchemy table. Now, I don't see a way to craft alchemy table stuff other than just using the alchemy table itself, right? Usually it shows like multiple machines over here if possible, like if there was some kind of modular machinery type thing. But let's take Incendium, for example. Like this is the only crafting recipe that's in JEI for it. So maybe there's something that's just missing from JEI, but it seems the case that you can just pipe items in and out of an alchemy table. And if that's true, then we should be able to go ahead and automate it. So let's try it. So assuming you can pipe into any side, which I don't know if that's true, and also assuming that it's not going to pipe in or out from the incorrect slots, then this should just work. And it seems like it shouldn't. I don't know why, but it just seems kind of insane. Now, I don't know why this is here. Oh, it's been sucked up. Okay, well, it came online, it went back into the system, but we need a filter for this, and we probably just need to blacklist the orbs, whatever orbs that we would end up putting in there. I should have grabbed it while I was there, but that's okay. So we're going to blacklist orb. I guess I'm never going to be using a weak blood orb again, but that's okay. Yeah, let's just put that in the place of the weak one, and there we go. So that shouldn't get piped out again, but at least that means the piping works, right? That's something. So now this shouldn't get piped out. I have a pattern here for Incendium, and everything to make this is in the ME system. So let's schedule a craft, and hopefully this will just work. Can I come over here and see what's up? Did it happen that fast, or did nothing happen? That is not what I wanted to see. So maybe this isn't an interface. Maybe this isn't a face you can pipe into, because as I understand it, the interface is currently trying to push items out. Maybe I have to go ahead and pull them out of it myself. Does that make any sense? No. Okay, let me see if I can find some more info on this. Okay, thankfully this is going to be very possible, and it's actually even easier than I was making it because we don't need the filter. It just has a sidedness. Now this isn't really a sidedness I would have guessed, so I'm glad I looked it up. But the bottom is for the output, which is why this is going there. The sides are for the input slots. So this is going to have to go down here, and then the top is for the orb. So we don't need the filter at all, because it's never going to pull out the orb from the bottom. We just need to hook it up and put the pattern back in. Can fill you in just for neatness, and once that's online, we can go schedule the craft, and that should just work. Now, obviously, the only thing now is that it's not filling up the life essence, right? The LP is going to run out eventually, and I guess bad things happen when that happens. Now, this is the other thing when it requires two different items like that. Now, that's relatively rare, I think, and also I guess I'm going to have to stay on top of it when it does need a bucket. And it's also not pulling out from the bottom, and the reason for that is simply that I didn't set this to insert. There we go. But yeah, I guess I'm going to have to babysit it a little bit. I think there are better automation ways for this in the future, but for now, I mean, that's totally fine with me. We get some nice incendium, which we do need a fair bit of to make Magicalis, to make the Blood Promises, or the Promises Bowl, something like that. I can't keep track of all this crap. So we're going to need a decent amount of these haste potions, or haste reagents, to make, well, I guess we don't need a decent amount of them. We actually, I guess, only need a few. But either way, this processing chain I think is going to come in a little bit handy. Maybe. That might not even be true. But either way, I decided to go ahead and try the potion brewer out since I've never actually used it. But it should be pretty straightforward, and I wasn't going to actually make all these in a brewing stand. So we'll just try and make a whole stack right now. So if I throw those in there, oh, wait, no, this is not what I want. This is not what I want at all. Okay, so wait, turn that extract off for now, so we can water bottle. But what if I put nether warts in as well? Then it'll turn the water bottles into the awkward potions. And then if I put the prismarine shards in, it'll turn those into haste. And if I put the glowstone in, it'll turn them into haste too, right? Yeah. Okay, so it can kind of just do like each step. Quite cool. So adding ingredient, no. Now I'm probably gonna have to break you in order to get that out. Right? Reservoir probably would work too. But that's fine. So then this is all set up the same. I want to empty. And now if I turn this on again, are you going to be smart enough to only sort of output the final product? So you're filling with water. No. No, you're not smart enough for that. So I'm just going to have to throw a filter on that, which is fine. So we want to filter in haste 2. And that's haste 3. Okay, yeah. So that should work. Turn you on again. And then I should be able to just put that back in here. No, because that's an output, I guess. Unfortunate. Okay. So how's this working then? So you're there in your water bottles. And then your nether wart. I gotta keep it topped up for now. Okay. I mean, I guess this just works. And then we got haste. Haste 2. Maybe haste 2 doesn't go in. Haste 2. Oh, I don't have the alchemical retort installed. Yes, okay. Now it should work. That's interesting. Maybe it just doesn't have enough. Where are you at? Haste 2 from Quark, I guess, maybe is why. Haste 2 from Quark. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it was a blacklist. Oh, no. Okay, well, that wasn't the entire problem, right? So now we should get a whole bucket. But that's still not coming out. So we got Potion of Haste. Haste 2. That should be able to get extracted into the fractionating still, no? What if I just... like, I mean, there's a lot of stuff here. Potion of Haste. See, it doesn't even show the liquid in JEI, which is very disconcerting. Okay, wait. Haste 4. That shows Haste 3 and Haste 2. How about Haste IV? There we go. So this is made with this, right? And this is made with this, and this is made with this, and this should be what I'm getting right now. It's from Thermal Foundation. This doesn't say what it's from, but I mean, surely it's just the same stuff. Right? You can get this from emptying. This is Haste 2 from COFH Core. Am I seriously getting one of those right now? Potion of Haste. This is awful. This is so bad. Like, do I want to make sure? CFH Core. It's made with basalts powder instead? That's really where my issue is? The basalts powder instead of prismarine? I mean, I guess. Sure, okay. I'll stick some basalts powder in you instead. And then hopefully that'll work. It's so stupid how that's like two different kinds of potions, but I guess. Why are you entirely empty now? Which means I probably don't have a full mana dust stock here. I do for now. Just for now, though. So I gotta stay on top of that as well. Okay, so get that out of there. We want nether wart. We want basalts powder. And we want glowstone, right? I mean, the potion brewer is definitely a very useful item, I think, if you use it correctly. Now, what the hell are you... How are you pulling this out? You literally have a whitelist. Okay, now you're fine. Maybe it was like an internal, but ender conduits don't have like an internal buffer or anything, do they? I didn't think they did. Looking good now, though. Looking good. So there's your haste. Maybe I would have to turn on match metadata. Maybe like the haste versus haste 2 is a weird thing. Take you out of there. Now you can empty into here. This is the correct haste 2. You're actually getting pulled into here. And now you're making haste 3. Which is exactly what I want. You're getting pulled out into here. So that's what I want. And then when I get enough, I'll just turn it back on and put it back into there. But wow, what an annoying thing. Look, and how, what's happening? Why is... Okay, match metadata. How about now? Are you going to stop it now? Are you going to stop it now? I have to break this. Are you happy? If this still pulls the wrong items out. Okay. Why? Literally, actually, why? Like, this is the most frustrating thing in the world. Like, I don't like the. Am I seeing things? Is this filter not really here? Like, holy Christ! Like, I'm so frustrated with this. Why would it be happening this way? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. But I guess I'm just gonna have to not do it that way. I'm just gonna have to do it manually, I guess. Wow. What a stupid thing. Okay, well, I guess I'll have enough of this soon. Okay, I have enough haste potions. I have 9. I have 9 haste 4 potions, and I'm now realizing that I will need the upgraded Tartaric Gem to make any of this haste reagent. So I do need to just continue on with the quest line first before we can move on to the rest of Evilcraft. So let's get cracking on these 4 things. So most of these tier 1 reagents aren't too hard to make. I'm going to go ahead and make a bunch of each of them. So the lava one is just going to be, actually let's start with a different one because I have a craft in for that. So the dirty one is just 4 types of the root soil, which is not so bad. This one does need some fluxed electrum. And I think that was, right, the coal, so I have that. So this one isn't too bad. We only need one for the quest, but that's fine. Probably going to have to go grab some more will. Actually, I'm 100% sure we will. But we can go ahead and get this one made up first. So it's just fluxed electrum coal, and then a bucket of lava, 2 buckets of lava rather, for each. Which is a little bit of a piss off to bulk craft, but that's okay. I'm sure this will all be automated someday in the near to far future, which is not so bad at all. The only annoying one, like the water one is fine too, it's just sugar and salt. And do you really not have enough? Oh, I guess it doesn't have the minimum, that's right. The only annoying one is the air one, which takes a pressurized air tank. And that's annoying because of the mechanical component. We don't have the automated engineer's workbench set up, so I am just going to have to make a bunch of those on my own. Now, not that they're super expensive or anything like that. Just go ahead and make a stack of them here right away. Crafting components, right? But, you know, a little bit more annoying than it would have been otherwise, right? And the windmill, similarly, I already had the machine taught how to make these windmill blades. It knows how to make treated wood, and I did go ahead and replace this with the sequential fabricator, which is not going to have the problem of items getting kind of caught up like the other one did. Let's go ahead and make 4 of those. You can see there, they're just all going to go in the input, and then as long as it has the right number of items, it doesn't matter like where they are in the grid or anything like that. So very, very nice. Yeah, we're just gonna have to go get some more will, and then we can finish up the crafts. Here we have plenty of will now, and we can finish up these crafts. So I just need some buckets of water now instead of buckets of lava. Okay, just have barely enough room. And then this is sugar and salt. Sugar and salt. Oh, that's in the output still. Okay, oops. Did I? Wait. No? Okay. I think I accidentally... I almost took it out too early, but it was just barely enough. And finish up these. And finally we can get the air reagent. Now, they do love using things that can stack, but having to put them in 2 separate input slots, which is really annoying, but I guess it's fine. We'll figure out a way around that eventually. As for right now, probably don't need that many of them before we can truly automate it, so not too much of a concern. I should just suck it up and deal with it. I don't really want to, but I'm going to because I have to. Okay, so there is our 4 tier 1 reagents, right? And we can get one of them, not of each, but of one of them. So a lesser Tartaric Gem is going to be the next step up, and it looks like this is what we need the gems for, right? Or the reagents. So this, I assume, will not use up the orb, I hope, because the orbs are a little bit, I mean, I look at them as like kind of, not permanent, but you know, permanent enough. But we're going to have to make this core, this empty core. Right, so I'll teach you to automate this because it seems like we're going to need quite a few of these. Like for right now, we need 3. So I'll just go ahead and tell it to make 3. Nothing in there should be too hard to make. And then each one of those, and then we'll need some of the essences, which for the most part can be automated. Like ether, for example, that's fine. That's pretty automatable, right? It's annoying when you try and shift click it into the thing here. It leaves out the 6th item and it puts the orb in instead. So I'm going to have to go ahead and take feather, put that there, and then we can throw that over there. And then I suppose we'll have to get the other ones as well. And where even? I'll just handle that off camera here, because you don't want to see all that. And hopefully this goes off relatively smoothly. I think it will. It should. And then we can get the next level of the gem. All right, let's get this gem. So we got the core. We got the reagents. So for the lava, we need the incendium. And then the orb. Now, please don't use up the orb. Thank you. I really didn't think it would, but you really never know with this mod pack, do you? So there's the aquatic core. We got the fire core. And we're going to get the air core. Gusty core, sure. And so now we just have to make it. So you need a full petty gem, and it's going to use up half of it. And you also need one that is actually going to turn into it, and then you just need all the cores. And here it goes. There is our lesser Tartaric Gem. Now I'm going to put these 2 petty gems away, just so they don't fill up. I don't know if there's a way to like suck up the power from them into the lesser one. Actually, I think it may be as simple as picking them up. No, maybe not. Sorry for the Slack pings. Well, I'm going to put them away. If there is a way to drain them, then I'm not too worried about it. But we're going to get this lesser gem filled up. We're going to make the haste, and we're going to make a bunch of the rest of this stuff. We're going to move on. And I don't know how close we are to really finishing out this chapter, or at least being able to move on to mystical agriculture, which I'm super, super excited about. But we're at least going to make a lot more progress towards that. But that, I think, is going to have to be next time. Yeah, we need to cut. Yeah, that's the haste stuff. Yeah, okay. So that's going to be tomorrow. We're going to continue our progress there. But for now, if you made it this far, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.